Hello everyone, welcome to another Group C match here today. It's going to be Eddie versus Nathan. It's going to be a very interesting match here. It will be the last match for today, and also the last match for match week 2 to round out Group C. What an interesting pair up we have here. So, I believe Nathan was the better seed. Would you like to go with heads or tails for the coin flip?
Tails.
Tails. Okay, so do that. We're looking for tails here. It's gonna be heads. So Eddie, would you like to go first or second? You can motion to the camera. Oh,
I'll go second.
you'll go second. Okay. So Nathan, you're going first. I'm gonna serve death into both of you. Good luck. All right. Interesting pair ups we have, and also, yeah. So Eddie apparently averages 4 flat, while Nathan averages mid 5. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this dynamic works. But I know Eddie's also a no flip user. Ooh, it didn't look good. It was a little laggy as well. It's gonna be. What's that gonna be? Nathan's entering the time here. It's 5:08. 5:06. I can't tell. Oh, it's a DNF from Eddie there already. Yep. So, yeah.
It fell over.
Yeah, I know. Just entering the DNF. Okay. There's a 5:06, but it's a DNF, so that's a point for Nathan already. Eddie told me he globals 3.7. Well, he said that he was very inconsistent at the start of the match, and he got a 6 average during a Clock Cup qualifier, and he also got let's see here. He has a 6 average in Clock Cup qualifier. It's a 6 average officially. He has yet to get a let me see. I'm gonna look at his WCA profile because I haven't seen a solve from him though. I mean, I did skim for the Tommy match a little bit, but definitely slow turning on. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just today or whatever, but it's 8:19. Imagine it's gonna be. Nathan has a shot though for sure. Yeah, certainly, especially looking at what Eddie's producing right now, which is a DNF and an 8. So, imagine it's gonna be like Tommy and Daniel this morning. Yeah, I can kind of get that vibe. Very dramatic timer stop there. It's a 5:46 salt clock. Yeah, it is. All right, 2 points for Nathan here, going in. Yeah. So Eddie has a 617 average. He's only gotten a 4 once, and his PR is a 376. So, okay. He averages. Oh, okay. What? Anyway, we're gonna look at Nathan's results. Was that maybe from? Oh, that was from June. Oh, okay. Oh wait, that was last week. Oh, whatever. Yeah. So Eddie got a 8 average last week and a 7 average the week before, failing to get a 5, 1,494. Actually, no, he got a 5 before, but it's a DNF from Nathan, so that's gonna be pretty simple for Eddie here to claim. Uh, yeah, Eddie's gonna steal that point. Talk about your mega. Okay, so if you really want to hear about that, I guess. Um, so the Mezzo Forte setup that Patrick Ponce uses on his OH cube, I did it on a Yoo-Hoo. It's okay. I think it took way too much time. I would not do it on a regular basis, but will recommend it to anyone. But it was definitely an interesting experiment, and I still need to set it up a little bit because I just cleaned it out. But yeah. Oh, it's that DNF. It looks like a pretty good solve as well. It's gonna be a 449, but a DNF. So already giving away a point for Nathan here. Let's look at the Clock Cup group here. So the group standings for Group C, I believe Tommy Cherry has officially qualified for the bracket stage, if I'm not or not bracket stage, excuse me, the round of 16. It's technically not the bracket stage, but I'll explain it as we get closer. That's gonna be a point for Nathan here. Yeah, so it really is a fight for second place, or at least to be the second person to qualify. Because mathematically, Daniel cannot take over, and Eddie and yeah. Okay, 514. I don't know why he enters it like that. Yeah, I mean, you can actually enter in letters if you want. I've done that before by accident. Yeah, that is a very... it's also extremely interesting. Is that going to beat a 514? It could. It's a 510. Barely beating it. Eddie scraps the points back. It's 2-3. Whoever wins this next, or this match, excuse me, has a very significant advantage in trying to get to the group stage because, if Eddie wins, he goes against Daniel Partridge, which, looking at that is definitely pretty good. But if Nathan wins, he already has a leg up against Tommy in his next match. So I think Nathan, though, is probably not going to qualify, mainly because of that Tommy match. We've already seen how destructive Tommy could be in this group. And it's definitely a much harder path for him, especially if he doesn't do well in this match. But I believe there's some interesting aspects here. Whoever loses this match actually might be eliminated, but I think it depends on who loses. Actually, no. Both of them have 0 points, so... Okay. Actually, I do believe whoever loses... Oh! That's not gonna do it. It's a 620. Yeah. It's always like that. Eddie, and if you're interested, know you can just type the times without clicking on anything. Yeah, it's not gonna be good for Nathan though. That solve. It's 3-3. It is tied up. Not. This is quite an interesting match because I have no idea what to expect here. I haven't commentated Clock Cup in quite a while, if you can tell by my kind of stagnant commentary here. I am extremely tired. I just finished school for the year, so it's going to be a 562 from Nathan. Let's see. Who are we supporting in the chat here? Because this is definitely a that's important. Um, because looking at solve the chat, I believe there are more Eddie supporters than Nathan supporters, which I find interesting. But that looks pretty good. It's gonna be a 550, 550 for Nathan. Excuse me, 550 for Eddie. So Eddie is gonna take that point there. So it's gonna be 4-3. What a match! Eddie kind of turned it around. It is neck and neck, but Eddie's also picked up 3 points from Nathan so far. Okay. Eddie's going to start. My favorite Swan Solver. 533 from Eddie. It doesn't. It looks all right. I think. None of the solving here though is really impressive that much. Not gonna lie, because of mainly the. Oh yeah, he is a Shorterman demon. That was a good flip, but not a good solve. Doesn't really look like it from his reaction. Yeah, Eddie's gonna take that, I believe. Alright. Eddie with 5 points. How do I qualify for Clock Cup? Well, qualification already ended. But when it was open, you would do 15 solves. I would take away the best 5 and the worst 5, and I would calculate the average of the middle 5. Which is adding up all those 5 solves and dividing it by 5, basically. Alright. Let's look at the solve here. Ooh, okay. That's gonna be a... I don't know what that is. It's gonna be... a... Let's look. 636. Alright. Starting... Ooh. That looks actually pretty solid. It's gonna be a 463 from Eddie. Alright. Nathan slumped there a little bit. Eddie's going on this very impressive run, but I think it's 5 points, if I'm not mistaken, but Nathan just cannot catch up here. Looking at the group, I think if the result holds, if Eddie wins, then he is at a significant advantage to try and overtake Daniel Parridge, and Nathan, I believe, would be eliminated then, because that would result in a in someone getting a, I believe, point. So their future way to run without a strong force on Discord. I and some others weren't able to compete because we don't have Discord. I could try Zoom, but it is extremely hard to communicate through Gmail. That would be the only way I could figure out avoiding Discord altogether. And then additionally, I think Zoom is a lot slower, especially when you're running it on like both, when you're running Streamlabs and Zoom together. I think Discord, I don't, unless there's like parental controls. Oh, that's a point for that's a point for Nathan. Yeah, Discord. We have like a Discord server for Clock Cup competitors only, and then we also have like voice channels and text channels so that we can communicate and also live stream from there all at once. So Discord's very useful in this case. I can't imagine not using Discord because then you'd have to use Gmail, and that'd be extremely hard to communicate with. And Zoom. Oh, that looks good. That looks 420 something, but that's gonna be possibly difficult for Eddie to beat 421. But it looks like a pretty good scramble, so we're gonna find out. Yeah, very good scramble actually. We have a couple of skips here. Nathan could take back the match. Yeah, I think he did. He could equal 433. It was very close, but that's going to be 5 points for Nathan here. It is almost neck and neck. Yeah. So I just learned this that Nathan, I believe, will I think Nathan has to win this match to avoid elimination, and then he could try getting second place with a win against Tommy. And then if that win happens, and then I believe if Daniel and Eddie's match are really close, then they are going into, or excuse me, if Daniel and Eddie's match are really close, then Nathan could make it out of this group. But it all really kind of depends on this match. It didn't look like a good solve from Eddie. I'm not sure if it was. Yeah, it's 563. Looking at the scramble, it doesn't really look that great. Yeah. It's a slow solve from Nathan. Yeah, pretty aggressive reaction. So, Eddie's kind of breathing a little sigh of relief there. That's 7 points. Still holding the lead, not allowing Nathan to equalize, but he can still win the match at halftime if he wins these next 8 points. These next 3 points. So, this is very dependent on a lot of things. Alright, Nathan, looking at the clock here. Let's see. No, that's gonna be a 6 of some sorts. We'll look at the time on that a little bit, but if it's a low 6, possibly, yeah, 618. Let's find what let's see what Eddie can do here. Excuse me. Because if Nathan loses, and Nathan loses the Nathan's eliminated. 416 from Eddie. So great solve. But unfortunately Nathan's not going to win at halftime. But we saw Nathan make the comeback in the Daniel Partridge match, and there is still a very good chance to believe that Nathan can make it out of this group. Or at least he can try, but it is going to be extremely difficult for him if he loses this match, because then he'd have to, or excuse, if he wins this match, because if he wins this match, then he also has to win the next match against Tommy Cherry, and if he wins that, he will probably qualify due to the low solve differentials from both Eddie and Daniel, who would also be the other contenders. That's a pretty bad DNF there. So I'm pretty sure Nathan's going to take that point very easily, but we'll see what happens. Because there is technically a scenario where you can DNF, but still not concede a point, which is when you both DNF, and then you don't get any points, but I hope Nathan's safety's on there. Yeah. It's 695, but it's a solved clock. That's all that really matters at the end of this solve. So that's 8-6. We're gonna look at what Nathan and Eddie get next. So the thing that's interesting about Nathan is that I mean I've kind of heard the name float around a little bit, but if he can make a statement this Clock Cup, that would have been very interesting. But I think he's just the comeback was really nice, Daniel versus Nathan. But if you didn't watch it live, which I didn't, and also if you, oh, that looks bad. But if you don't have like the same connections to Nathan as I know a lot of people do in this chat, or know about him a lot, then it's kind of hard to see him getting out of the group if he didn't win that really important match. And Daniel would definitely be in the same situation if it weren't for that win. That's a really clean. Oh, it's a DNF though. So Nathan's actually gonna pull back that point. 383 DNF. That's not good. Yeah. So Nathan's gonna pull back the point here at halftime. So we're gonna ask for the halftime break. Would you like to? Would you two like a halftime break? Was that a sure? Okay. So we're gonna go into a halftime break. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes. Thank you. Thank you guys for staying here. And yeah, so we're gonna go back. I believe it was I think Eddie, you're going up first. All right, so they're both server deafened from my knowledge, and oop, there we go. That's better. Okay, so we're back here. Nathan, if the results stand, will be eliminated. Yeah. First half screen, and then I have to. No, I labeled it second half, but that is not what it was. 597 from Eddie here. Let's see if Nathan's gonna beat that. Looking at the oh, I don't think it's gonna do it. Did Eddie miscribble or am I seeing things? I'm not sure. It's gonna be a 549 from Nathan though, so I guess it doesn't really matter in the end. But yeah, barely beating out Eddie here. Especially from the looks that solved. That solved did not look pretty at all. But anyways, we'll be moving on to let's see what Nathan gets here. Alright, we have all 8s here. 8. That's pretty cool. Ooh, it's good solve, but it was a DNF. Yeah, was the miss scramble possibly supposed to give Eddie an advantage? I'm just wondering because it could have been just a genuine miss scramble or like in rare cases like a malicious miss scramble, but I don't think it was malicious actually. Was that a miss scramble? No, I don't think it was, but okay, that was pretty good. 480 from Eddie there. That's a pretty interesting safety. So that's going to be 9 points for Nathan, and excuse me, 9 points for Eddie. This match is neck and neck, and I'm also very hungry, and so excuse me for being tired, but one extra edge skip. And it gave a corner skip. Okay, but that was a DNF from Nathan anyway, so Eddie was gonna win the point. So I'm not. It was clearly an accident though. If that was malicious, was probably yeah. I wouldn't really understand why you'd give yourself a good scramble anyway because you're probably gonna win the point. Oh, it's a DNF. Yeah, that's a DNF from Eddie. So it's gonna be a 426 from Eddie, but it's a DNF. So. Alright. DNF from Eddie, so Nathan really just has to salt the clock. Wow, this is this could go on for a very long time. I can already feel it. This is I'm right now I'm feeling the Mid-Atlantic champs hangover. That was such a bad comp. I just want to check the other side on that one. Yeah, that's going to be a point for Nathan. 9-9. Who will get to double digits first? We will see right now, I guess. But certainly a interesting matchup. I did not really expect it to be this close. I kind of expected either one person to really win or the other person to really win. I don't think it would be like an genuinely like close matchup, but I need to sleep. I want to see the end of this match. Yeah, I get it. But it's a DNF from Nathan. So that kind of... yeah, we're going back and forth with DNFs here. That's not very good. Especially if we're trying to if we're trying to get this match. It's 1 a.m. for champ. Exams should probably take priority. Yeah, I would assume it does. Is that a miss scramble?
It's a miss scramble.
All right. Yeah, you're already solving it, so yeah, just rescramble. Okay, miss scramble from Eddie here. Yeah, not a that's the correct scramble from what it looks like. I just look, yeah, that's correct, but not a good position for Nathan or Eddie to be in, to be honest. That's a safety from Eddie. It's a force flat safety, which is actually pretty good. So it's gonna be 10 points for Eddie here. Wow. Okay. So Eddie's kind of finding his groove, but he keeps on sort of alternating between really good solves and really bad DNFs. So yeah, Qual Cup's having a interesting impact here. I just finished school, so I don't really have to worry about these exams. But to all you that are working on your exams, I'm very honored that you would choose to watch Qual Cup over pursuing your academics. But I would highly recommend that you pursue your academics more than clock. That's just me. But if you want to watch, continue. Go ahead. I'm not in charge, I guess. Yeah, like I was saying before, Eddie just keeps on alternating between really bad solves, but so that's why we're kind of going back and forth here with the points. But it really only takes one slip up for things to go wrong for a competitor here. Yeah. By do you know which clock up match it was? Because oh, that looks solid. 446. Yeah, salt clock. That's gonna be a 446 from Nathan. Eddie is getting very, I guess not really nervous. Is Eddie using no flip? Yes, I think he's using Sheeran, if I'm not mistaken. It's a few days, so I can afford to have one late night. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's fair. So, welcome to the stream, Cham. I'm very glad that you're here. But clock over academics any day. Okay. Ooh. Like I said before, they just keep alternating with the bad solves. That wasn't necessarily a bad solve. It seemed pretty average. It's a 586 from Nathan. So if Nathan kind of breaks the curse and gets this point, then we're not going in this swing formation here, and Eddie and Nathan can finally take two in a row. But we're just going to wait for Eddie to scramble. Because it can really just go down to one or couple of solves or even just one small DNF and it's over. But Eddie's going to go very fast here, but I might have beaten it. 540, barely edging it out. It's 11 points for Eddie. We're keeping on going. It's going in the swing formation. These competitors want to draw it out. I believe it's been tied since or not tied, but it's always been back and forth since halftime here. But I think Eddie so far is having a lead, so that's very intriguing. Remember, the competitors have to win by 2 solves, so this could very well go into overtime. If a competitor reaches 14, or both competitors reach 14, then we're going to go into overtime here. But Nathan would have to win the solve, try to keep, or yeah, looks like he might, especially for that double flip. It's going to be a 604. You have to go for the sub 6. 26 to 24. I mean, it's technically possible, but I'm not even sure if I'd want to watch that. Actually, yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't want to watch that. I think after a match goes after 20, it gets really, really repetitive. But ooh, Nathan, I think that the fist was that a good solve or was that 6? Yeah, that's a 6. All right. So Eddie has broken the curse. Eddie has taken the points back. It is going to be 12-10. Nathan could try clutching it up, but Eddie now has a 2-solve advantage, which means that overtime is not a scenario if these two continue to go back and forth, I believe. So, Nathan's the only person I'd want to watch a match that long for. Alright, pretty consistent flip. That's going to be good. That's going to be a 423. Eddie not really happy with that, looking a little stressed out there. But, yeah. Alright. Is it going to be a 423? That is a chance. 437. It was a good chance, but Nathan's going to take that point back. Let's see if Nathan can equalize here and bring this match right back to where it was, where they were both tied, and they just kind of went back and forth with the points. But that'd be really interesting to happen, and it would be very funny. But sometimes I think we should prioritize maybe timeliness over entertainment. And so far we've been here for 38 minutes, so definitely one of the longer ones here in Clock Cup, especially with the amount of time they're taking with warm up, with that halftime break, and also with some other stuff as well. I do remember, I think the longest match did go on for about an hour. It's a DNF. Okay, Nathan's probably gonna equalize here. We're right back to where it started. The record, I believe, is Ryan Michael Breen versus Vishwa, where we had that really bad draw rule that I made, which I retracted for this season, and it did go on for an hour with unlimited amount of stoppage time because everyone was going to be really angry if we drew it. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. That is okay. No points. No points. So okay. Yeah, that was a lot. Let's continue. This is why you safety. It really does not matter if you have like a really bad solve, but that was something. That was something and kind of funny, but also something. Do it by who DNF the least? No, because that would not be a good idea because then they would just stop the clock immediately and then this would go on forever. But so that, I mean, it just means no points basically. That's the most fair way you can do it. If both DNF, it's a 550, 555 from Nathan. Let's see if Eddie can beat that. But Nathan definitely threw that point there. He really did throw that point there, and now this match is actually getting a little interesting. I mean, it is kind of interesting with this back and forth mode. Yeah, it's another DNF. It's just DNFs here. It's just bad solve paired with safeties. And I think that DNF kind of did shake up the mood a little bit, but that's going to be a equalization for Nathan. They're back at it. This is most likely going to go into overtime unless something interesting happens where a competitor wins a lot of solves and finally kind of breaks this chain or breaks this rhythm. Alright, so Eddie's going to start. I'm currently checking what is the record for the longest clock cut match on live stream, including the post match interview. Ooh. Yeah. That didn't look good. Nathan, 740. Nathan can win 2 in a row again. And he's the one that has the little advantage here. Let's see if there's any that went on for an hour. Oh yeah, Brendan Dunnigan versus Carter Thomas went on for about an hour. Yeah. So the record is an hour and 24 seconds. That is the time to beat here. But is that going to be a 740? That's going to be a 5, I believe. Yeah, it's a 596. It's a point for Nathan. Okay. We're going into interesting territory here. It's literally neck and neck. But it's an interesting form of being neck and neck because it's not necessarily that both competitors are doing great. It's just that I think Nathan or both competitors, they just have a bad solve and then it's just paired with a safety. But let's see if that curse is broken here. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, that might have been the commentator's jinx there. I'm sorry. That's gonna be a 776. Thank you, Carter. Very cool. 776 from from Nathan. Eddie's just gonna safety here, I hope. But yeah. It's a 524 safety, I believe. So that's solved clock. It's tied up again. It's tied up again. I asked Nathan about the cover. We'll see if it's a cereal box. What happened? I didn't see the chaos. It's a mac and cheese box. Oh yeah, it is. It's a Kraft mac and cheese box. I should have that for. Actually, I might have that for dinner tonight. Or nachos. Either one. You're a mod, so please flag yourself for foul language. It's not foul language. It's kind of funny. Alright. Eddie trying to go for the match point here, or at least trying to win over the match point. But yeah, that was a bad. Yeah, that was almost a DNF. 490 from Eddie though. That puts him in a pretty good position. Bro, you're making me hungry. I was supposed to eat dinner, but then I didn't, and I realized I misscheduled the match. So I had to wait 30 more minutes. I didn't eat dinner, and I'm stuck here. I was supposed to eat dinner like an hour ago. But, you know what? It's okay. Let's see if, oh! Nathan might have clutched that up there. It's a 436. Eddie's gonna be disappointed, yeah. Nathan could do it. And if anyone here is a neutral, it is probably better if you root for Nathan here because Nathan right now is risking elimination. So this is match point. If Nathan loses this match, then it is going to be the end for him. That's the end of his career because that would put him at 0 points, and there has to be a 3-point result from the Eddie versus Daniel match. So that would immediately disqualify Nathan. So let's see if the Nathan win comes true. This is going to be the benchmark to beat for Eddie to not let him slip by his match point here. A lot of support in the shot for Nathan, but that first side looks bad. We could be going into overtime here. That's a 671. The only way I can really see this match ending here is if Eddie DNFs, but that could be the commentator's jinx, so I'm not going to say anything. But Eddie, bring out your Florida man side, go crazy. Alright. Eddie might have screwed up. Nathan is celebrating. I can tell. Yeah, that is it. Nathan wins this match 15-13. I want to confirm the time. Yeah, it's a 15. Nathan wins that match 15-13. It felt really intense at the end. But wow, what an amazing match. Great match, guys. 15-13. Nathan wins. Um, wow, okay. So, I have a lot of questions for you too, so if you don't mind, we're gonna do a little post-match interview thing. So, if I just want to do my little quick summary of the match like I always do. That was interesting in the sense that you two were both back and forth. Like, it was pretty close. It was kind of, but it wasn't like the back and forth like you were each outmastering yourself. It was more of like you two were having a bad solve or DNF, and then the other person would just safety rather. So, I would like to hear your thoughts about that from the both of you.
Like, honestly, very unfortunate at the end. But yeah, other than that, it was like I DNF, he DNFs, switch.
Yeah, that is yeah, that was pretty tragic. Eddie, what were your thoughts about that?
Wow. I was very nervous. My hands were very sticky and sweaty at the same time.
Yeah. Um, certainly. So okay, this puts this group at a very interesting position because now Nathan is, I believe, in third place with that win here. So, um, Tommy is qualified in the group. It is between Daniel Partridge and Eddie. Eddie, if you win that match, um, that would be, I think that could put you in second. But if Nathan wins the match against Tommy, then Nathan qualifies, and if Daniel wins the match against you, then he qualifies. So each of you have an interesting route to go by. Because Eddie, if you win, you have to like win against Daniel and hold out for Nathan, and then it's a really crazy scenario. Um, so to the both of you, I guess, in summary, do you think you can make it out of this group?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe,
Maybe.
probably not with Tommy, but
I hear a lot of confidence from Eddie here, and not a lot of confidence from Nathan. What your view would like to explain why
why? What?
why you think that you might advance, at least in terms of Nathan, and why you think you will advance in terms of Eddie.
I mean, I don't really know. If I mean, if I th- if I think I know what you're saying, right? We basically need it's first in the group and second in the group. So
Yeah.
that just depends how much Tommy DNFs or if he does
Yeah.
and how good either Eddie or Daniel does.
Yeah. So because if you win that match and you're at a good solve differential, I believe, so that means that there's a lot of math involved with it. But I'll definitely try to calculate some stuff. And thank you guys for watching and competing. By the way, that was a great match. Good luck in your match against Tommy, and Eddie, go in your match against Daniel. And we're going to go. All right, see you guys.